You say Tato, I say Tato. In this video, we're going to try Hungry Jack's new gravy Tatos. Got myself a 6-pack, well, not anymore, but I got myself a 6-pack right here. Let's bust this open and have a look. So I did pay extra for a sauce, so we'll try it with a sauce, of course, and by itself. So here we have 6 of their gravy Tatos. So you can see that they're quite a nice size. Obviously, they're a bit similar to Clackers, Mashies, but I'll try and get that out of my head, you know, because otherwise I'll, you know, be like Tazdaz and say the wrong thing the whole time. Sorry, Tazdaz.
KFC gravy Tatos, done and dusted. Oops.
But yeah, compared to Mashies, Mashies had sort of, you know, Mashies had their sort of like, you could see some green in the herbs. Looks like the coating as well is a little bit more crumbly instead of that smooth sort of coating that Clackers had. Clackers was a little bit like their original recipe chicken, where the coating is quite flat. But this is a little bit more crispy and crunchy and crumbly. You can see some black little specks in it. Hopefully it's not rat shit and it's, you know, like pepper or whatever. But let's bust this open and have a look. I don't know what they do. They must do some sort of black magic to it. Not sure what they're doing to keep their gravy runny, but that's kind of impressive. I did point this out on the Lotus Biscoff review, but I kind of find that Jackas is kind of funny. I like how they kind of trolled the other fast food restaurants. It's kind of weird, but amusing. And obviously, recently, Clackers brought out their Mashies, and now we have Jackas, and they brought out, you guessed it, their gravy Tatos. You say potato, I say potato. Let's give these a try. Cheers. That is actually quite delicious.
I love them.
I probably don't need a sauce because the lubrication, gotta use lube, boys and girls. But yeah, it just, you know, doesn't make it dry. These don't taste like they're the freshest. You know, they do taste like they have been sitting there for a while. But that nice salty, sort of beefy sort of flavour from the gravy, or it might be chicken gravy, who knows. But, you know, it has that nice gravy element to it. It has a lovely flavour of the gravy. The coating is delicious, a little bit crispy, a little bit crunchy and crumbly. And the mash inside, obviously it's not top tier mash, but still, it's quite good. For a fast food restaurant item, these are pretty impressive, really. I'll try a little bit of the mashed potato by itself. It is obviously like your Deb mashed potato, but it does have a little bit of flavour in there as well. You know, there are other flavours in that mash. See if I can taste the sort of coating by itself. Yeah, just sort of salt and pepper sort of flavours. They sort of remind me of something. I think it's like a beef croquette. You know, back in the day, I remember when I was a kid, I believe they had like a beef croquette that was crumbed, and it had like mashed potato and like beef in it. It had sort of like a bit of a meaty flavour to them. And it does have, you know, the mashed potato and the gravy. They're actually quite good. So Mashies was okay by themselves, but you kind of needed the gravy to dip them in. And also you couldn't really leave them in the gravy too long because they got all soggy. These are absolutely amazing how it keeps the crispy coating and you don't need to really dip it in anything. You know, it keeps it nice crispy, it's fluffy inside, it has the gravy. So it lubricates and gives it more flavour, and it's just perfect, a perfect way to do it because, you know, it doesn't get all soggy from having to put a sauce or whatever with it. But that being said, we will try the spicy sauce, which is similar to, again, Clackers supercharged sauce. It's like these days that Jackas can't come up with their own ideas, so they just look at all the other restaurants and copy them. But I have to say, a lot of times they copy them, but they make them a lot better. Alright, let's put some of this sauce with it though. So we drop it like it's hot in the sauce. We'll let it do a bit of a twerk in the sauce. Okay, so my gravy Tato has twerked in the sauce. Let's give it a try. Cheers. I mean, the sauce is absolutely lovely, but that's all you really taste. I thought I'd give it a try because I didn't know how bland or how disgusting these would be. These are perfect by themselves. Hungry Jack's did a good job with these. Good on you. Fairly nice size as well. Oh, look at this one. This one's just coming out. It's like a Easter egg, a Kinder Surprise. Got the toy inside. So let's try the coating. Now I can actually try it. Kind of like Jackas chicken and stuff like that. There's not much spice, there's not much flavour. You know, it does have a lovely texture though, but just really, you know, almost bland, a slight little sort of, very slight little bit of salt and pepper. But these sort of products, they have to cater to everyone. They have to cater to children. They have to cater to, you know, parents and people that can't handle spice and elderly old ladies. You don't want to give them a heart attack and give them too much flavour. Try this little ball of mash. We may as well, right? You know, like the texture of wallpaper paste. But that gravy, Hungry Jacks need to start doing gravy. This formula of gravy, this would be lovely over chips. You know, chips and gravy. Get the chips, put them in a tray, like a, you know, like a flat tray or whatever. Pour some of this on top. Okay, so my rating for Hungry Jack's Gravy Tatos, I'm going to give them an 8.5 out of 10. I feel like they're really good, actually. Way better than I was expecting.
These guys, oh, they're just phantasmagorical.
Now, the 6-pack of Gravy Tatos, they cost $5.95, so it's basically $1 for each one of these. Just super crazy. The world we live in, you know, just everything's shrinking and everything's going up in price. You know, shrinkflation and inflation and Great Depression or whatever's going on. I'm gonna have to give them a 4 out of 10 for price. To me, it's below average for the price. So if you want to treat yourself and just, you know, throw money into the wind.
The wind's coming up. I might just see if I can get a breeze in my mouth. Not too bad. I'm liking that.
You could either sponsor a Phunken Hungry video, or you can go out and have a 6-pack of Gravy Tatos. It's up to you. But have you tried Hungry Jack's new Gravy Tatos? I know that they was out for a limited time in, I believe, other states of Australia, but I've never tried them. I think they did have these out years ago, back when I wasn't doing reviews, and I think I just saw them, and it was one of those items that I didn't want to rush out to get, so I didn't get them. But let me know if you agree or disagree with what I said. Let's have a discussion in the comment section. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This was G from Phunken Hungry, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.